was a morning in November of 1989. The cold wind softly brushed against my face as I woke. I sat up and swung my neck from side to side in an attempt to crack it, as it always felt really stiff first thing in the morning. I swore as I heard my mother's voice, but I couldn't hear what she said. But it sure woke me up. I made my way out of my bed, heading to the kitchen where I assumed she would be, like the beginning of every other day. In the kitchen, my mother was doing the dishes. Nothing out of the ordinary. But things were odd. I couldn't describe it. Just something didn't look right. The kitchen looked so dim. The once bright yellow cabinets looked pale. The cliché checkered vinyl flooring looked gray and bland. Even my mother's red apron that she always wore looked a dull pink. I shook my head and rubbed my eyes. I should have gotten more sleep last night, I scoffed under my breath. My mother turned around with a smile on her face, most likely acknowledging my presence. After observing the contents of breakfast, I decided that I wasn't hungry. So I went up to my room to get dressed. I felt heavy and drowsy. What happened last night? I asked myself. I was beginning to get worried. I can't seem to remember anything before waking up. I tried really hard to regain my memory, but I brushed the difficulty off as fatigue and opened my wardrobe to find an outfit. Gray sweater and blue jeans. Impressive, I muttered to myself with that cheeky sarcasm that my mother always hated. I'm off to school, Mom! I yelled. No reply. That's odd. My mother didn't give me her usual lecture about staying out of trouble. I headed for the front door. As I'm walking down the street, I spot my friend. Hey pal, how's it going? My friend ignores me. Hey, what's wrong? He keeps ignoring me. I tapped him on the shoulder, but he swatted his arm as you would when a foreign object comes into contact with it. Mate, what's your problem? I yelled, frustrated at today's events. But he keeps walking, and I'm left standing on the sidewalk, wondering what on earth is going on. So I decided to head back home. It's too much to handle, and I'm way too tired to bother coming up with a logical explanation. He's probably just upset at me. Heck if I know why, though. Upon entering my home, I hear laughter. It's my mother. I find her in the kitchen, alone, in the same spot that I'd seen her at breakfast. I approached her near the sink, and what I see takes the color right out of my face. The sink is full of blood. My mother is holding a knife in her hand, and she starts mumbling.
I'm sorry. You looked so sweet. lying in your bed.
I barely make the words out. Blood covering her arms and dripping into the sink. Are you okay? What have you done to yourself? It doesn't take me long to realize that the blood is not hers. I run from my room. I must still be sleeping. Of course, that's the only explanation. I enter my room, and I see myself in bed, sleeping. I roll myself over. My body turns. But my head doesn't.